Now, lack of international cooperation in the police area also hurts a lot, because borders don't stop the traffickers, but these borders seem to stop police searches and police investigations. This is one of the most serious problems we are facing. Since most human trafficking is transnational, disrupting it requires intelligence sharing and international cooperation. We have, of course, also the custodian of other international anti-crime agreements, for example, the Convention Against Organized Crime that we brokered in Vienna about 5 or 6 years ago. So we see that the arm of the law is getting longer. And there are now a significant arsenal of legal weapons that can be used internationally, like mutual legal assistance, extradition, joint investigation. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to close by just showing you a certain amount of optimism. While human trafficking is a shocking reality of our times, global action to fight it is gaining momentum, certainly. For example, because of efforts such as STOP the TRAFFIK NGO. At the highest level, the issue is now raised at the Security Council of the United Nations. I was there in June this year. Perhaps there is no more senior policy-making body in the world. And of course at the General Assembly, which is much broader and politically even greater recognition, but operationally less powerful than the Security Council. Regarding recent decision by the General Assembly, I am happy that member states are now considering to draft a plan of action, which means a commitment by member states and the indication of what individual member states would do over and above the legal binding requirements of the protocol. My office is working with many other agencies of the United Nations. We launched the UN GIFT. GIFT is the acronym for Global Initiative to Fight Trafficking. We have just released important material and toolkits on this. I mentioned this earlier. So we see the beginning of initiatives on the ground. What can you do individually? And I'm not talking to the front row to advocates or to the cause like Cherie, or for that matter, practitioners on the matter like Steve. Many of you are, of course, already involved in raising awareness and taking action at the local level. We need more of it, not only in London, not only in the UK, not only in Europe. Together we can break the chains which are indeed enslaving human beings. Fundraising is important, networking is important, direct services to victims by government, but there is so much the government can do and much more that is needed, and therefore the individual role of you all in various capacities. Namely, you all have a role to play. Human trafficking is not some sort of unstoppable force. It is a series of acts that brings vulnerable people in the hands of criminals for the purpose of exploitation. We can stop the recruitment, the transportation, the harboring, and the exploitation of victims. We can stop the coercion, the abduction, and the deception. We can stop the sexual exploitation, the forced labor, the slavery, the removal of organs. Ladies and gentlemen, we can stop the traffic by keeping in mind the statement the Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, made today. In order to stop it, we need to change the laws, yes, but above all, we need to change our attitude. Thank you very much for your attention.